See, 2026, God is going to shake tables. Those of us who are one leg in, one leg out, it's not going to work this year. This year is a year of where God is going to sift the corn from the wheat. This year is the year where God is going to separate the goat from the sheep. This year, 2026, there will be a demarcation between those who serve God and those who don't serve Him. Yeah, see, the sons of Jacob came upon and slain and spoiled the city because they had defied their sister. So Jacob moves. Genesis 35 verse 1. God appears to Jacob in Genesis 35 verse 1 and says, arise. Somebody say arise. Yes, arise. Go back to Bethel. That is where I told you that I was going to bless you. That is the land that I gave you when you were running away from your brother. I have carried you for 21 years. And I'm telling you to go back. You are dragging your feet. And some of us, the way we are dragging our feet, don't allow God to put sickness in your body before you become serious with God. Because I've seen it many times. I remember many years back, we were having a church in Cameroon those days, in a house. A lady gave us our part of our apartment to have church. Her children were also coming to that house to worship. There was this girl who was a girlfriend to one of the boys of that house. She will come, church will be going on, even on Sunday. She will not come to church. We tried to evangelize to her, we tried to talk to her, preach to her. Never. Brothers and sisters, after 3 years, we saw her one day enter the church. Do you know what brought her to the church? Liver problem. All the time God was calling her was to preserve and to protect her. Do you know she died of that liver problem at the age of 22? At the age of 22. That's why the Bible said today is the day of salvation. It said when you hear God's voice today, harden not your heart. You don't know why God is calling you now. There are some things He wants to preserve you from. There are some things He wants to protect you from. There are some things He wants to cover you from. You are not too young to die. Don't wait for things to get out of hand. Sometimes it's just too late. Don't wait for things to get out of hand before you start looking for any prophet. Oh, prophet, so sweet. Oh, they rub oil on your head. They put leg on your skin. They do this. Oh, hey, I'm flying to this place. I'm flying. Don't wait for that time. Serve God now. Know this God. Know Him now. So that when anything will come, you are in Him and He is in you. You will deal with it. So Jacob goes to, God tells him to go to Bethel and dwell there. In Genesis 35 verse 3, Jacob begins to tell his wives and his family about Bethel. He says, some of us, we need to look back. We need to look back and see the goodness of God. He tells his family, he said, it was in Bethel that God answered me in the day of my distress. He said, there was a time in my life that I was distressed. I was running for my life. It was in Bethel that God. Can somebody look back? And that is some of the things that we need to tell our children. You need to tell your children how God brought you through. You need to tell your children how God answered your prayers. You need to tell your children the things that you had to go through to be where you are. that the things that they are enjoying is because of the things that God did for you personally. Jacob was telling his wives, his children, the things that God did for him in Bethel, how God came through for him. There is something about going back. It is in this place that God remembered me. It's in this place that God gave me a husband. It's in this place that God gave me children. It's in this place that God manifested in my life. It's in this place that God gave me a business. It's in this place that God parted the Red Sea for me. We need to look back. We need to look back. We need to look back. So he comes to Bethel. In verse 7, when he comes to Bethel, the second time, he's not coming this time to meet a transactional God. The first time he was in Bethel, he was telling God, if you do this, I will do this. If you do this, I will do this. No. But when he comes this time, he built an altar. He did not call it Bethel anymore. It was no longer the house of God. He called it El Bethel. He said, now I have met the God of the house of God. It is one thing to be in the house of God. It's another thing to know the God of the house of God. El Bethel, the God of the house of God. So he built an altar and called it El Bethel. Jacob has shifted. Jacob is no longer seeking God's blessings. Now he's looking for the blesser. Jacob is no longer looking for the healing. He's now looking for the healer. Is there somebody here this morning? It is time in 2026 to stop looking for the blessing and look for the blesser. Stop looking for the healing and start looking for the healer. Now worship has become relational and not conditional for Jacob. He's now in El Bethel. He now knows the God of the house. Brothers and sisters, in our journey with God, we must come to a place that we don't just come to the house of God, that we know the God of the house. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That we don't just attend church, that we know the God of the church. That we don't just use God to build our lives, but we build for God. This time, Jacob did not just return to a place, he returned to a person, God himself. God himself. When you encounter the God of the house, it is never going to be church as usual. Let me say that again. Your life cannot remain the same when you encounter the God of the house.